Renault has decided to return in Formula One as a constructor for many reasons. Renault has been in Formula One since 1977. We've been in Formula One under different form. We've been capable of adapting to the situation. Basically, when we look at what has happened recently, Renault had two options, really, to go out completely or to go back completely in order to make sure that we can develop the product. The marketing return had to be bigger. The only way that you can get a bigger marketing return is when you have your full team. So we made the decision. We analyzed, obviously, two options, to get out or to get in completely. We decided to get in completely. The announcement to come back as a team came fairly late last year, after a lot of speculation, after a lot of rumors, after also a lot, are we going or are we not going? So I think Renault, to a certain degree, is still a bit under the surprise of that positive news. A lot of things need to happen quickly. I think everyone is excited by the news, but also anticipating on the next step, anticipating on the start of the season. There is a number of things that must happen between Viry and Enstone, but also with Renault Corporate. So I think everyone is expecting to know how we will set up this new form, this new cycle in Formula One, and also by the way that we will engage Renault, the larger corporate Renault, with the racing people. We don't want this to be an isolated exercise from just a happy few who have the chance to live their passion. We want all of Renault to live the racing passion. We've done all the benchmark before deciding to go back as a team. We've seen that Formula One is clearly one of the biggest marketing platforms around the world. It's as big almost as soccer, it's as big as Olympic Games, but it's on a yearly basis. It's 2021 races this year. So it's really the global platform that Renault needs in order to get the brand out there. Renault is obviously very famous in Europe, but it's not that famous in certain markets. So we need to get the exposure, we need to get the awareness. We need also to get the positive opinion higher so that customers, as many as possible, consider Renault as a brand for their future purchase. So we want more customers, we want excited customers, we also want to talk to a generation of people, younger, that are not necessarily so enthusiastic about the car. Car was important a couple of decades ago. It's not so important today. So we want to tell story about excitement, about racing, and we want to tell that through Formula One. The way that we want to implement our management structure is a little bit different from what has been seen either in the past or in other F1 teams. First, we need to have a comprehensive and holistic approach of all the racing activities, not just Formula One, disconnected from either road car business or disconnected from the other racing activities. So first, there will be a management structure under the umbrella of Jérôme Stoll related to all racing activities, which is Formula One, Formula E, on-track track operations like RS01 Clio Cup, also single-seaters, for which we've got a fantastic past with the Formula Renault 2 liters. We're also going to have a junior academy that's going to try and identify new kids on the blocks to get them to Formula One, which that will be the primary objective. But also, Renault is also present in other series and categories like track with RS01. Sorry, maybe I need to do it again. So that's the most difficult, because I need to make it short and exhaustive at the same time. So the way that Renault has decided to be present in Formula One is a little bit different from what has been done in the past and also from what is being done by other F1 teams. First, racing activities is not just Formula One. Obviously, we need to focus on Formula One, we need to get it right, but we also need to do it in a way that it's connected to other racing activities. It's single-seaters with Formula One, Formula E, Formula Renault 2 liters. It will also be the Junior Academy, try to make sure that we can find new drivers that we can bring to Formula One. It's going to be also track activities like RS01 and Clio Cup that we want to continue to bring and to develop in new markets that will be important for Renault, maybe in South America with Sandero and so on and so forth. And we've got the rally also, rally and rally raid with the Dakar. So racing is a big family. It will be chaired and managed by Jérôme Stoll from a strategic perspective. I will be managing that from an operational perspective. Frédéric Vasseur will be responsible of all as a racing director, racing-related stuff in these activities. And there will be a number also of faces that we will be happy to introduce. One of them will be Bob Bell, who will have for sole responsibility, and very important responsibility, to make the car go quick, go fast, both from an engine perspective and from a chassis perspective. The best example of the way that we want to connect Formula One and Renault Sport is through the name. The name of the team will be Renault Sport F1 Team, which really embody the fact that Formula One needs to support the awareness of that, what we call a hero brand, Renault Sport, and of all the product that will go out in the next few years. More product, more markets, better powertrain also. So that's the sort of things that Formula One needs to support, getting the brand out there, but also providing the mechanical technology, powertrain, engine, gearbox, and so on and so forth, that will make those cars very exciting to drive for the customers worldwide. Since we've announced this comeback as a team and the acquisition of Lotus F1, a number of things had to take place. But we did not have to fix the places because none of the two places is broken. Enstone Lotus is a fantastic place with a very strong spirit, a very strong racing culture. We need to preserve that. We need to keep that intact, even though that it's now connected to the bigger car maker. The first thing we had to do is to reestablish the communication between Viry and Enstone, which frankly was not a difficult thing to do because these people have been working together for more than a decade. So we just had to resurrect a couple of good practices, and then there will be a couple of changes happening here and there. Viry needs to have a stronger technical management. Enstone needs to have some sort of gap filling because the press has lost certain people, but the management structure is in place and we need to protect that. We also need to establish a roadmap for the two places, but not two separate roadmaps. We need to make sure to have one single roadmap from a capital investment perspective, from equipment, infrastructure, recruitment. We need to do all of that, but in a very synchronized manner for Formula One and other racing activities. Next step, since after today's announcement, obviously the testing for Formula One. It will be also the first race in Melbourne, which seems also far away in time and in distance, but it's actually very, very close when you consider all the things that need to happen. But let's not forget that racing is not just Formula One. We are racing all over the world. We are racing every single weekend, almost, through Formula E. Next step is actually this next race in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. So this is where we want you to follow and to encourage Renault. The target for this year is very much a year of construction. Obviously, a lot of things are happening, a lot of things are changing. Everyone needs to find its place in the racing space. We need to build the bridges. We need to build the future. Formula One is going to be a 5 to 10 years plan. It's not a one-year plan, obviously. I'm not saying that we are going to wait 5 years to see the first result. No, it's about seeding today what we want to harvest tomorrow. Tomorrow is 2017, 2018. We need to be in a position to race against the big teams. We don't just intend to participate. We want to be in a position to win the championship. In order to do that tomorrow, we need to do the right thing today. So that's the objective of this season. To do a reasonable job on track, we want to have the reliability right. We need also to show that we can progress both from an engine and from a chassis perspective. There's been a lot of expectation and disappointment last year. We need to put that behind us. We need to show that we can do better than what we've been doing so far, to put all these changes behind us and start focusing on the future, on the performance.